Hi, I'm Christian Triola, author of The Missing Method for Guitar books. And in this video, I'm going to show you how to play that song, Jessie's Girl by Rick Springfield. But first, before we get started, make sure you download the PDF. It's got everything on it you'll need to start learning this song. So Jessie's Girl comes off the 1981 album, which I happen to have right here, Working Class Dog. And that, we're supposed to assume, is a working class dog pictured on the front cover of the album. And this is actually an old album. It's not a reprint. We got this, my wife and I got this at a used record store in the middle of nowhere, Wisconsin. We just happened to be out that way and found it and got the record. In fact, she loves this song. That's probably the biggest reason I'm doing this video. Not only is it a great way to practice power chords, she introduced me to this song, and it's really a lot of fun to play. So the song itself has kind of a funny story that goes along with it. Rick Springfield was taking a class on how to do, glass staining, stained glass, the stuff like that. And he met this guy there named Gary, and he kind of got to know him in class. Then he met his girlfriend. He never learned the name of Gary's girlfriend, but he just basically fell in love with her, thought she was great. And he always wanted to kind of try to find out who she was, but he never had the opportunity. And so out of this frustration for wanting to know who this person was and not getting a chance to even really, spend any time with them, he wrote this song, Jessie's Girl. And he changed the name from Gary to Jessie just because he thought it sounded better. I mean, Gary's Girl, it's got some alliteration there, but I don't know, Jessie's Girl does sound better to me. So I'm glad he went with that. All right, so in this video, we're taking a look at power chords and how he uses them throughout the song. I'm going to show you two different ways of playing the chorus, because there's the way that Rick Springfield does it, and then there's another way you can do it if you just want to focus on power chords. So we'll take a look at both ways. So let's go ahead and get started with the intro, which you heard me playing at the beginning of this video. So first of all, we have the D5 power chord, which of course is on the 5th fret of the 5th string, plus the 7th fret of the 4th string. And you can find that on the PDF, as well as in Guitar Chord Master Volume 3, Power Chords. In that book, it teaches you everything you need to know about power chords, the ones we're doing today, as well as a lot of other different versions that a lot of books don't go over. So if you want to get better at power chords, I highly recommend you check that book out. Guitar Chord Master Power Chords. All right, so we have that first chord, the D5 power chord on string 5, fret number 5. With the other hand, we're actually palm muting the strings, and we have two downstrokes on the D5. It immediately goes to A5, last string, same exact fret, so we're on fret 5, fret 7, but now we're on the last two strings. Do that twice. Then we move those same two fingers up to B5, which are frets 7 and 9. So far D, A, B. And then we jump all the way down to G5. And that one's held out a little longer, kind of holds over into the next measure. So we have D, A, B, and then the G. That's without the palm mute. The song actually has the palm mute in there. You can hear right after that B5, there's a little bit of a delay. Then you grab the G, which is the last string 3rd fret plus the 5th, and you get that chord at the end of that section. But then it moves on. You play that G5 again, up to A5 twice, back to D5 twice. And then you have this D5 that happens right before you repeat that. And then it goes back to what we just did. So here it is all together. D5, over to A5, B5, down to G5, play it once, hold, hit it again, come up to A5, then the D5 again. So. And that, of course, serves as the intro as well as the verse. So you play that over several times, and you've got the whole thing. So essentially, you're playing it 8 times in a row. Yeah, it's a great riff. It's a lot of fun to play. Okay, then the next thing that you do comes at the end of the verse. So there's a slight variation. After you hit that last part that starts with that second G5, you have that D5 that's kind of on an offbeat there at the end, and then you go D5, A5, D5 3 times, or it sounds like this. And then to end the verse, you have 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and that ends the verse section. So you'd play it several times. You have twice on the intro, 6 more times on the verse, but that 6th time, that last time, is when you play that ending, which sounds like this: 1, 2, 3, 4, 1. And that leads you into the chorus. So the chorus, the first time through it here, we're going to take a look at the power chord version of the chorus. So Rick Springfield doesn't actually play it like this, but you can play it like this to practice power chords, and it's just kind of a lot of fun to do. And it's a little bit easier than the actual recorded version. So for the chorus, we start off on the A5 again, which is that 5th fret of the last string plus the 7th fret of the 5th string. You only play that once, and you right away go into D5. And you play that 6 times. So at the very end of that measure, you play the A5 one last time and then move up to B5 and play 1 and 2, 3, 4. So altogether it sounds like this. Essentially, you do that 2 times in the chorus. So I'm going to play that 2 times here. And then we have the ending of the chorus, which starts on G5 just once, A5 once, across the D5 once. Then you have an 8th note rest immediately followed by the B5. You hold that. 3 more B5s, A5 to end. So here's the whole ending of the chorus. 1, 2, 3, 4. And then, of course, it goes back into the verse. It continues from there. All right, so that's the intro and verse, that's the chorus sections. That's mostly what we're going to look at today. But I also want to take a look at how you would play the actual recorded version of the chorus. So some of it's exactly the same. In fact, the ending is exactly the same. But some of the stuff that comes before that is a little bit different. So let's take a look. All right, so instead of using power chords, he's got fuller chords. So we start with an A5 power chord that's different from the one we were doing here. In fact, this A5 is one of them that is found in Guitar Chord Master power chords, where you have the 5th string open, you cover the 2nd frets on strings 2 and 3, and then you just play those 3 strings. You do that once. Then you have what's essentially a D major chord. So you keep that first finger across the 2nd fret. This time you bar the whole thing, and then you bring the middle finger down to the note D, which is the 2nd string, 3rd fret, and then you bring the ring finger to the note F sharp, which is the 4th string, 4th fret. And you just play those 3 strings, 4, 3, and 2. So you don't really need the 1st or 5th strings in that one. And then after you play it, you have an open 5th. Play that same chord again. 5th. And then right at the end, you release that to get the A5 again. So that's the first measure of the chorus. So I'll do that again slowly. A5. Or 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. So one more time. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. Now it's played a lot faster, but you can hear there's a little bit more going on rather than just... Same idea, just a different voicing essentially. So the next part is a little bit trickier. It's actually a B minor chord. Our first finger is going to stay where it is. Then you have the middle finger going on the same note that you played in the D chord before, that 3rd fret. We have the 3rd finger going to the same spot it was in the D chord, but now we include the pinky on string 3, fret number 4. So it looks like this. It's like a B minor bar chord. And so we play just strings 3, 2, and 4. You do that twice. Release the middle finger, so now you're playing the 2nd fret under the bar, which is a B suspended, and then come back down on that 3rd fret with the middle finger, and then come back off for the suspended. So we have B minor twice, suspended, minor, suspended. So 2/8 notes followed by 3/4. 1 and 2, 3, 4. And then the whole thing repeats. So we have from the beginning that A5 chord, 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2, 3, 4. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2, 3, 4. And then what you want to do is just work that up to speed. And that'll take a little while to do because bouncing back to that open string after those notes, it's a little bit tricky. So... And then it goes into that ending that we looked at before. G5, A5, D5, pause, up to the B7, ending on A5. So here's the whole chorus almost up to speed. So here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4. And there you go. That's how you play the chorus on Jessie's Girl. So in this video, you can play the intro, the verses, the choruses. That's most of the song. Just a little variations here and there that you want to listen for and try to work out on your own. So go ahead, download that PDF, get to practicing. And if you enjoyed this video, make sure you like and subscribe. I always appreciate it when people do that. And then also, too, come visit us at themissingmethod.com. And if you sign up for our newsletter, you'll get a free ebook, so don't forget about that. All right, so enjoy playing Jessie's Girl, and I will see you in the next Power Chord video.